So recently we sold our iPad 2018 because basically the whole family thought it was quite annoying. We had constant Apple ID issues. The quality of the screen wasn't very good, if you ask me. Also, the memory was very low, 32 gigabytes for 2019. I'm sorry, but I won't allow that. The performance was good, but in the end, it was time for us to buy a new and different tablet because we just weren't using it anymore. So we bought the Galaxy Tab S5e. It's a great device, I'm gonna be honest. And also, I'm not getting paid for this. It's not sponsored content or something. So I just want to guide you through a few features that really set this tablet apart from, for example, an iPad. It's a little more pricier, but what you get in return is just so much more. To start with the OLED display, I mean, it's fantastic. It's really one of the best displays I've ever seen, and it really brings out your movie content, your games, whatever you're watching, your photos. It just looks so good on this screen, and it gets very bright. I mean, it's a quite bright room in here, and it's really nice what you see in the colors. It's just excellent. You know, I can't say anything about it. But what also sets this tablet apart, it's going to be a bit of a different review than the usual reviews, I think, is because I want to emphasize how nice it is that you can multitask with this tablet and how well it works, because I know it's also possible in the iPad, but it was just one big frustrating experience for all of us to do it on the iPad. Okay, so you imagine you want to watch a YouTube video or some background video while you're drawing in the application or you're writing something down. What you can easily do here is just press this button for a little while. You can open it in split screen view. It's going to open here on the left, and on the right side, which app would I want to use? For example, the drawing app. And now I can just play the video, make it even smaller, also make it full screen, and continue here exactly as I was going, and I can continue to draw or whatever. You know, if I want to make a type, I want to type something or some, you know, you can make a whole document while you're watching a video. Hello. And that's pretty cool. I mean, I can't see myself doing that easily on the iPad. Now, there's a different way of approaching this. And that's the really cool thing about this tablet, is that it comes with Samsung DeX. It kind of makes your tablet, it's this little icon here, kind of renders it into a full desktop experience. And the cool thing about that, and I'll show you, is that it's really well done. I mean, you could, for example, down here you see, just like on Windows 10, you can see all the status and the icons for managing your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, whatever. But at the same time, you can hide it, and you can just go to the apps that were already open. And for example, here, I'll just open the YouTube again. And you can just say like, okay, look, it's fun to watch while I'm going to, for example, draw. And if I say here, you know, here we go. So if you really want to make you know, be creative and entertain yourself properly on this tablet, you can really do that. You can do multiple things at the same time. For example, if you just want to, let's say, open Google Earth while it's playing a video, and you just want to browse around, in this case Antwerp, it's the Mother Mary Cathedral, I think, or Holy Mary. Yeah, the performance is great. It just works fantastic, and you can actually do two things at the same time and really, you know, make some research here, type some notes here, watch a video there, whatever you want, you can do it. Just that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Here is the back button, here's the home button to close everything. Here you can also multitask. It's a bit like in Windows 10 that you can just go through all the open apps. As you can see here, the Mario Kart and the Google Earth, which is also quite heavy 3D program. It's really no issue for the both of them to just run together. And the performance is perfect, you know, I can't say anything about it. It's a quite heavy game actually, but let's see how it runs. Even then, if you say, let's watch a video at the same time, it's running here. And if you listen carefully, you can hear that both sounds are coming through together. So you see it runs perfectly. Now you're gonna see my masterful skills in Mario Kart. So you see, this is pretty awesome. You know, you don't feel like you're wasting your time with just one app at the same time. And you know, I find this pretty impressive. And as you can see, the performance is just great. There we go. Look at me going. And even a complex game as Mario Kart just works perfectly in Samsung DeX. And I had some worries that it wouldn't work or that there would be limitations or something, but there's really no issue here, especially for an app that goes in portrait mode. This is perfect to do in multitasking mode. So what I often do is, for example, you know, so we have this Belgian TV app, and sometimes I just turn it on while I do something else, you know, while I play a game or whatever. So for example, let's see, there's some sport going on right now. And it's one of those things, you know, watching sports, it's one of those things that you don't all the time want to watch really alert. It's a great example. And if at the same time you say like, look, I want to clean up my files on my NAS, it's an app called Solid Explorer, I can only recommend it. You can easily connect to your NAS, to your OneDrive, to your Dropbox, whatever. And at the same time you can go to your internal memory, or if I would have inserted a micro SD card, you can also manage your micro SD files. And you can just drag and drop files or manage your photo library or do whatever you like while you're watching television. Or take some notes, or even, for example, let's see, where is it here? The internet. You can just browse the internet a little bit while you're watching TV. It just works so good. And I really wouldn't want to go back to any kind of other system. Now, the cool thing is that you have a USB-C port here, that if you would connect it to your television with a USB-C to HDMI or whatever kind of connector, the tablet will also automatically go to DeX mode and connect it to the big screen, and you can connect a mouse and keyboard, there's no problem there, and you can literally use your tablet like a little computer. And to be honest, if it were up to me, you know, a lot of people wouldn't really need a separate laptop anymore, because for about 100 euros I think you can buy an extra keyboard for this. It's like a protective thing that does a bit the same like this, but it's like you know, you have this keyboard. You find plenty of other reviews about that. One more thing that sets this tablet apart for me as an entertainment device is of course that it has great audio. It can play music, can play videos, can play games. But the thing that sets it apart from an iPad is that it's really easy to just install emulators. And I'm a really big fan of old school video games from the Nintendo 64 or the Super Nintendo, things like that. And I have this external controller that I can also easily attach, no problem. But the thing is, you know, it's nice. It works perfect. It just, you know, you can't. Wait, this is a bit difficult here with the touchscreen controls, but as you can see, it just works very well. Wow. And I'll do a barrel roll. Yep. And I'm just gonna check if I can open this also in a split screen view. It works. So if I just want to watch TV or whatever, oh, it's a video from Alexis. But even this, whoa, even this just works while you're watching a video. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk to you about is my major annoyance on the iPad was the infinite amount of ads that the kids would consume when they're playing all these silly little games like the Tom Gold Run and the silly baby games. You know, they're really low quality games. They're fun. I won't argue with that, but they often play for 5 seconds, then you're dead or whatever happens, and you have to watch a minute of ads, or you're dead and it's like, hey, you want to continue? Hey, watch another ad. And I don't mind a little bit of advertising, and I don't mind paying for games, but I'm not gonna pay, what's that, like 7 or 8 euros for a My Tom 2 game. And especially on the iPad, the prices are really going through the roof. So the cool thing is on the Android environment, and that's also one of the main reasons I bought this tablet, and it's an Android, is that you have a magnificent app, and it's called Blockada. Here you see it. It's something that runs in the background. You can't find it in the Google Play Store, and there's good reason for that. Because the Blockada app, you're going to see here that it has already blocked 201,816 requests to domains that are either adware or malware related, or privacy invading related. What it basically does, it sets up a virtual private network. It's a bit of a technical conversation, but it doesn't allow to make any app to make a connection to the internet without going through the Blockada app. Basically, you end up with a, let's say, 95% ad-free environment, both on the internet, both in games, in apps, you name it. Plus, also, your privacy is protected so much more than when you wouldn't use something like this. So I can only advise you to use it. But basically, this makes your battery last so much longer because all these malicious requests are blocked. You can also enjoy a lot less ads in all these games. And again, I don't mind taking away paying for a game or something. I have a few paid games, but it's getting out of hand, especially with your privacy, with the amount of time of ads that you're watching while you're just playing some game. It's not good anymore, you know. It's getting too much for your kids. So that's basically what I wanted to say about this pretty impressive tablet. Also, before I forget, the one thing, oh wait, I'm trying to exit, oh sorry, here. One thing I was really let down by on the iPad was its camera. I mean, come on, it's 2018 back in the day. And it's worse than a potato cam. I mean, I have webcams from laptops in 2003 that are better than that camera in the tablet from the iPad before. And also this tablet here, we bought it because Alexis, our daughter, really enjoys making these little stop motion videos. And at least with this camera, you really have a fairly good camera. It's not perfect. I'm not, it doesn't have optical image stabilization or any of those kinds of features, but it's still so much better than the iPad. If you look here, for example, you know, I'm zooming in to a pot in the back, and you can really see the details even when you're digitally zooming. The lights are very good. Also in dark, it takes quite good photos and videos also. So that's also a very important upgrade compared to the normal iPad 2018 for us. So that's it.